There's a war happening right now over the future of work, and you're caught in the middle. On one side, tech optimists say AI will elevate human workers, freeing us from drudgery to focus on creativity, judgment, and relationships. They say this is the dawn of a human-AI partnership. On the other side, economists and researchers are sounding the alarm. They say AI is causing massive job displacement, de-skilling workers, and widening inequality. They're pointing to real data: 47% of US jobs at risk, 92 million roles displaced globally by 2030. And here's the problem: both sides have evidence, both sides have data, both can't be right. Or can they? Hi, I am an avatar for Dr. Terry Bird. In this video, we are going to show you the hard evidence on both sides of this debate. Then, we are going to tell you which future is most likely based on what's actually happening right now. And it's not what you think. Two research reports, two opposing views, same technology. On the left, the new nexus: how AI augments human judgment. This report argues that AI is transforming jobs, not eliminating them. It says middle managers are becoming architects of aspiration, that human judgment is more valuable than ever, that we're entering a golden age of human-AI partnership. On the right, the other side of the coin: AI-driven job displacement. This report counters with hard data on net job losses, corporate layoffs, and skills erosion. It says the optimistic view is corporate PR masking a darker reality. So which one is right? The optimistic case starts with a simple premise: AI handles the boring stuff, humans do the important stuff. It's called the human-driven, AI-assisted model. The AI does research, drafts content, analyzes data, all the grunt work that used to take hours. The human verifies facts, adds strategic judgment, injects personality, makes the final decision. And there's real evidence this works. JP Chase used AI to generate ad copy variants. Human marketers reviewed and selected the best ones. The result? Click-through rates increased 450%. Patagonia saw a 35% increase in user interactions after integrating AI with human oversight. The pattern is clear. When AI amplifies human creativity instead of replacing it, the results can be transformative. The optimistic report cites McKinsey. Over 70% of existing human skills will endure. They'll evolve, but they won't disappear. What skills? Judgment, negotiation, coaching, empathy, complex problem solving. As AI handles the what, humans become responsible for the how and the why. The role of the manager shifts from managing tasks to managing people, motivating teams, fostering psychological safety, providing emotional support. The demand for AI fluency has grown sevenfold in 2 years. But it's not just about using the tools. It's about knowing when to trust the AI and when to question it. The future, they say, is a partnership. And in this partnership, human judgment is the most valuable asset. Now, let's look at the other side. Oxford University study: 47% of total US employment is at high risk of computerization. Not transformation, computerization, replacement. MIT economist Daron Acemoglu warns of the displacement effect: automation replacing workers in tasks they previously performed. This creates direct downward pressure on wages and employment. The Brookings Institution identifies 6.1 million US workers, 4.2% of the workforce, who face both high AI exposure and low adaptive capacity. These workers, disproportionately women in clerical and administrative roles, lack the resources to transition to new jobs. The U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics projects employment declines in specific roles: medical transcriptionists down 4.7%, customer service reps down 5%. Official government acknowledgement of net job loss. This isn't theoretical. This is measurable displacement. The optimists say, don't worry. Technology always creates more jobs than it destroys. It happened with steam engines. It happened with computers. The pessimists say, This time is different. Lawrence Summers, former Treasury Secretary, identifies 4 reasons why AI is fundamentally different from past automation. 1. Speed of adoption. AI is being integrated at an unprecedented pace. 2. Breadth of impact. AI affects cognitive work, not just manual labor. 3. Cognitive reach. AI can now do decision-making, problem-solving, creativity, tasks that were exclusively human. 4. Downward wage pressure. Past technologies increased wages for skilled workers. AI may depress wages across the board. The historical reassurance that it'll be fine doesn't apply when the technology can think. But forget the theoretical debate. Let's look at what corporations are actually doing. In the first quarter of 2026, over 45,000 tech jobs were cut globally. 20.4% of those layoffs were explicitly linked to AI and automation. IBM CEO says 30% of its 26,000 back-office roles, 7,800 jobs, will be replaced by AI over 5 years. The company has paused hiring for roles it believes can be automated. Klarna, its AI assistant, now handles the work of 700 full-time agents. The company is explicit. This is a deliberate strategy. BT Group, cutting up to 55,000 jobs by 2030. 10,000 of those will be replaced by AI. These aren't layoffs couched in euphemisms. These are companies openly stating, we're replacing humans with AI. Why? Because it's cheaper. The optimistic report talks about what could happen. The pessimistic report documents what is happening. Here's an even darker twist. AI isn't just replacing workers. It's making the workers who keep their jobs less skilled. It's called task erosion or de-skilling. A study of an accounting firm found that over-reliance on automation led to a significant erosion of staff competence. When the automated system was removed, employees couldn't perform basic accounting tasks independently anymore. In clinical settings, doctors who relied on AI for polyp detection showed significant declines in their own diagnostic abilities after just a few months. Junior employees are hit hardest. If their primary role is evaluating AI outputs, they never develop the deep, tacit knowledge that comes from doing the work themselves. Microsoft research shows that entry-level hiring in AI-exposed fields has dropped 13%. You don't just lose your job to AI, you lose your skills. And once those skills are gone, you're even more dependent on the AI. Let's say AI does increase productivity. Great, right? Wrong question. The right question is, who captures those productivity gains? Brookings Institution. Productivity benefits of AI are heavily concentrated at the higher end of the income distribution. They peak for workers earning around $90,000 and stay high for six-figure earners. Research from the Center for Economic Policy Research. Regions with higher AI patent intensity see a significant decline in the labor share of income. A doubling in AI patents is associated with a 0.5 to 1.6 percentage point reduction in labor share. What does that mean? A larger slice of the economic pie goes to capital owners, the people who own the AI systems. A smaller slice goes to workers. The International Monetary Fund warns, AI will likely worsen overall inequality. Almost 40% of global employment is exposed to AI. Half may see productivity gains. The other half faces job loss or wage suppression. The optimists celebrate productivity gains. The pessimists ask, gains for whom? And let's not forget the human cost. The optimistic report says AI will free workers from drudgery. The reality? Research from UC Berkeley and Harvard found that AI tools consistently intensified work rather than reducing it. Employees worked faster, took on broader tasks, extended their hours. The ease of starting tasks with AI led workers to fill breaks with quick prompts, leading to cognitive fatigue and burnout. Add algorithmic surveillance, AI monitoring keystrokes, tracking productivity in real time. Cornell research shows this leads to perceived loss of autonomy, increased stress, and higher intent to quit. Add chronic job insecurity. Nearly 2 in 5 US workers experience significant anxiety about AI. One-third fear AI will take their jobs. 45% worry about falling behind. The AI-augmented workplace isn't empowerment. For many, it's precarity, surveillance, and stress. So here's our take. After analyzing both reports, they're both right, and that's the problem. The future isn't everyone gets elevated or everyone gets displaced. The future is a three-tier outcome. Tier 1, the elevated, 15 to 20% of workers. Knowledge workers with high AI literacy and irreplaceable human skills. Senior strategists, creative professionals, people who can orchestrate AI. For them, the optimistic report is correct. They're augmented, elevated, thriving. Tier 2, the displace, 25 to 35%. Middle skill workers in routine cognitive tasks, customer service, data entry, administrative roles. For them, the pessimistic report is correct. They're displaced, struggling, wage suppressed. Tier 3, the unchanged, 40 to 50%. Jobs requiring physical presence, specialized craft, low AI exposure, skilled trades, hands-on healthcare, in-person services. The average worker will be worse off, even as the top tier thrives. Why do we think the pessimistic view is more realistic? Because corporate incentives favor replacement, not augmentation. Companies say, AI will augment our workforce, but what they do is cut headcount, suppress wages, and capture productivity gains as profit. Why? Because shareholders reward cost reduction. Because replacing workers gives faster ROI than retraining them. Because AI as a capital investment is tax advantaged. The optimistic report describes what could happen with the right policies and incentives. The pessimistic report describes what is happening under current incentives. And right now, the incentives point one direction. Replace workers, extract profit, concentrate wealth. Unless those incentives change, through policy, regulation, taxation, companies will optimize for replacement. The optimistic future is aspirational. The pessimistic future is the default. Let us give you the timeline. Short term, 2026 to 2030. The pessimistic view dominates. The displacement is happening now. 92 million jobs displaced by 2030. 300 million jobs affected globally. 41% of employers planning workforce reductions. The job creation the optimists promise, that's theoretical. The layoffs, those are real. Medium term, 2030 to 2040, the bifurcated outcome solidifies. Two classes emerge. AI orchestrators who are elevated and well paid, and the AI displaced who are struggling and wage suppressed. The gap between them widens dramatically. Long term, 2040 and beyond, unknown, depends on policy intervention, social upheaval, whether AI plateaus or achieves AGI. But the near-term path is clear, significant disruption with most workers on the losing end. So what do you do? First, don't wait. Learn AI literacy now. Not in a year, now. The window to adapt is closing fast. Those who move early have options. Those who wait get displaced. Second, build irreplaceable skills. Not skills AI can replicate, but skills AI can't touch. Judgment in ambiguous situations, creative synthesis, building trust, navigating human complexity. These are your moats. Third, don't over-rely on AI. Use it as a tool, not a crutch. If you let AI do all your thinking, you'll lose the ability to think. Practice your core skills actively. This prevents de-skilling. Fourth, recognize the risk. Displacement is real. It's not fear-mongering. It's happening to real people right now. Plan accordingly. Build savings. Develop portable skills. Have a transition strategy. Fifth, demand accountability. Push for policies that share AI's gains. Universal basic income, retraining programs, taxation on automation. The gains won't be shared unless we force them to be shared. The top tier isn't waiting. You shouldn't either. Here's the uncomfortable truth both reports dance around. AI will elevate some workers and displace many others. Which group you're in depends on three things. 1. How fast you adapt to AI literacy. 2. Whether you have skills AI can't replicate. 3. Whether you're in an industry with strong labor protections or weak ones. If you're in the top 20%, high skills, high adaptability, strong negotiating position, you'll probably thrive. If you're in the middle 35%, routine cognitive work, low adaptive capacity, weak labor protections, you're in the danger zone. The system isn't designed to elevate everyone. It's designed to concentrate gains at the top and externalize costs to the middle and bottom. That's not pessimism. That's the current trajectory based on how markets and corporations actually behave. The question is, are you going to let that trajectory determine your future, or are you going to fight for a different one? Look, if you want to learn and keep abreast of what AI and its effects on work and on society, subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button so others can also be made aware of the future of AI. Also, if you want to make sure you don't miss any of our analyses, ring that notification bell. In this way, you will not miss any of our evidence-based analyses of the AI transformation. No hype, no corporate PR. We present just the data and what it means for your life and for your future. So which future is most likely? The optimistic one, where AI augments everyone, or the pessimistic one, where it displaces millions? The evidence points to the pessimistic scenario for the majority of workers. Not because the technology can't augment us, it can, but because the economic incentives favor replacement. And corporations follow incentives, not aspirations. The optimistic future requires deliberate intervention, policy changes, wealth redistribution, corporate accountability, new social contracts. The pessimistic future is what happens if we do nothing. Right now, we're on track for the pessimistic path. 45,000 jobs cut in the first quarter of this year alone. 7,800 at IBM. 700 at Klarna. 10,000 at BT. That's not a projection. That's reality. In our videos, we will be covering the specific strategies you need to stay in the top tier, the policy fights worth having, and the skills that will matter most in an AI-dominated economy. If this analysis resonated, subscribe. Also, leave a comment and let us know which side you come down on. The future is being written right now, and most people aren't paying attention. We will see you in the next video.